Hey guys, BoHD here, and in my hands I have two of the best smartphones to be released this year, the LG G3 and OnePlus One. These are two of the best phones to be released this year, so let's go ahead and put them head to head to see which phone comes out on top. So from a hardware standpoint, both phones are very well designed. The LG G3 features a brushed metallic finish that, while plastic, resembles real metal in the hands, and it features a very compact design with extremely thin bezels that considerably shrinks the overall size of the phone, even though the display measures in at 5.5 inches. The OnePlus One, on the other hand, features a one-of-a-kind sandstone black material on the back that feels great in the hands and offers a lot of grip, which is needed in order to hold this large phone without dropping it. And unlike the LG G3, the front of the One is very clean in that there are no logos or branding at all on the front, but it does have a bigger overall frame compared to the G3 since the bezels just aren't quite as slim as the G3. Now if you take a look around the two devices, we'll see the LG G3 has your standard power, sleep, on-off, and volume controls on the back of the device, while the OnePlus One has the power, sleep, on-off buttons on the right-hand side with the volume controls on the left-hand side. On the One, you'll find the 3.5mm headphone jack up top with the micro USB charging port and dual stereo speakers down below at the bottom, while on the LG G3, you'll find the IR blaster up top with the 3.5mm headphone jack and micro USB charging port down below. Now on the front of the two devices, I did mention both devices have a 5.5-inch LCD display, but the OnePlus One has a 5-megapixel front-facing camera compared to the 2-megapixel front-facing camera on the LG G3, and it does have capacitive touch navigation buttons below at the bottom that can be turned on or off compared to the software buttons on the LG G3 that are there no matter what. You can't turn those on or off. If we flip the two phones over on their backs, we'll find a 13-megapixel camera sensor on each device, along with a dual LED flash. And both devices feature removable back covers. However, the LG G3 has the option to swap out the battery and insert a micro SD card. The OnePlus One does, however, feature interchangeable back covers that allows you to swap out the sandstone back cover with a bamboo or wood cover that still has yet to be officially announced, but it should be coming pretty soon. Now, upon booting up both devices, we'll see that both displays look amazing. The OnePlus One features a 5.5-inch LCD 1080p display with a 401 pixel per inch index, while the LG G3 features a 5.5-inch LCD display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440 and a pixel per inch index of 538. I'd have to say that the difference between the two displays are fairly minor. I mean, you won't really be able to tell the difference unless you put them side by side and look very closely at each phone. But the LG G3 does have a much denser, more pixel-packed display that really looks incredible. It is slightly less color accurate than the OnePlus One, and the whites aren't quite as white as the One. But in everyday use, I did actually enjoy it slightly more than the OnePlus One, mostly because it is just so densely packed full of pixels. But as for how the two phones perform, they feature similar internals as well, as they both are rocking Snapdragon 801 quad-core chips with 3GB of RAM and an Adreno 330 GPU. But the G3 has a custom skin of Android 4.4 KitKat, while the OnePlus One is running basically a custom version of CyanogenMod 11S, which is basically just a more customized version of stock Android. But I gotta say, the OnePlus One is the fastest phone I have ever used. There's next to no stuttering when switching between applications. I mean, the overall experience is just very pleasurable, as it is just so fluid compared to the LG G3, which is fast, but it's just not quite as smooth when navigating through its UI. But both phones allow you to do some pretty unusual things, however. The LG G3 has a knock code feature that lets you create a sequence of taps to unlock your device, and the OnePlus One can allow you to customize pretty much whatever you like. You can turn these software buttons on or off, you can add more quick settings in the notification panel, and you can completely customize all the app icons and fonts to make your device look like a Galaxy S5 running TouchWiz, or maybe a device running Android L. There's just really a lot more customizable options on the OnePlus One compared to the LG G3, and it instills the same fluidity and smoothness found in stock Android. And so for that reason, I'd have to personally lean towards the OnePlus One in terms of software and performance. And also when it comes to speaker quality and call quality, I found both phones to be very similar. They both feature dual stereo speakers at the bottom, and both speakers get very loud, almost deafening at times. Are they as good as the HTC One M8's front-facing speakers? Definitely not, but they're definitely good enough to watch movies and TV shows with really no problems at all. And thanks to the OnePlus One's latest update that fixed a lot of the speakerphone problems, I found that call quality is good just like on the LG G3. I mean, I can hear people well, and people can hear me well, so everything seems to be good in that department. But as for how the two cameras perform, I mentioned they do have very similar 13 megapixel camera sensors. I mean, as you can see from the test footage, both devices take excellent pictures. The amount of detail captured from each camera is really incredible. I mean, you should have no problem getting good results in just about any environment. And since both devices have literally the exact same camera sensor, the quality between the two is really going to be very similar. Both devices also shoot very quality 4K video, as with the picture quality, the video quality is quite good. I do like how the G3 has some additional stabilization features that the OnePlus One doesn't really offer, but with that said, they are both very impressive. In fact, the only way I could really pick a winner between the two is if we take a look at the software, because LG G3 does do a better job focusing, since it does have that laser autofocus sensor on the back that allows it to focus and capture images extremely fast. The OnePlus One, on the other hand, is relatively simplistic with its UI, although I do really like how you can easily scroll through the various camera settings just by flicking your finger up or down. But besides that, there's really not a whole lot you can really change on either device. They're both fairly simple. But if we compare the battery life between the two devices, it's very close, although I have found the OnePlus One to last slightly longer on a single charge than the LG G3. The One does have a larger 3100 mAh battery compared to the 3000 mAh battery on the LG G3, and I found it's actually crazy good. It easily lasts me a full day of heavy usage, sometimes even two, believe it or not. The only really problem I currently have as of filming this video is that I recently updated to Android 4.4.4 KitKat, and battery life has worsened since. But since OnePlus is good about delivering quick updates, I'm sure it'll be fixed in no time. This is just compared to the LG G3, which also has a great battery life that optimizes itself to last longer. It just isn't quite as good as the OnePlus One. So to wrap up this review, I gotta say this is one of the closest versus videos I've done in a while. I'd say if you're looking for an off-contract phone, to go with the OnePlus One since it's only $300 to $350 off contract. But if you're going to sign a 2-year contract with a carrier, maybe you're due for an upgrade or something like that, I mean, by all means, go with the LG G3. It's a great phone that will definitely impress you. I mean, if you do have a carrier that does support the OnePlus One, then I would personally go with this phone just because you get such a great deal for the price you pay. But since both phones are so closely spec'd, I think that the differences that will really win you over will be minor, and I think honestly you'll probably be happy with either phone you choose, since they are both extremely fast, all-around great phones. So let me know which phone you prefer by leaving me a comment down below. I always love to hear what you guys have to say, and I read every single comment, so definitely be sure to leave me one down below. And so with that said, that's gonna about do it for this video, guys. If you want to take a look at some of my most recent videos, you can do so right here. But as always, I'm BoHD from How To and More. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. See ya.